Herbert, who was not a fiery speaker like Hitler, nor a celebrated war hero like Goering. Yet Heinrich Himmler became one of the most feared and powerful men in Nazi Germany. With cold calculation and fanatical loyalty, he built and commanded a system of terror that would lead to one of the greatest atrocities in human history. Born on October 7, 1900 in Munich, Germany, Himmler grew up in a comfortable middle-class family. He studied agriculture and dreamed of becoming a chicken farmer. But Germany's defeat in World War I and the chaos that followed radicalized him. Drawn to nationalism, racism, and the idea of a pure Aryan state, Himmler found his purpose in the rising Nazi movement. By 1925, he had joined the Nazi Party and soon became a devoted follower of Adolf Hitler. In Himmler, Hitler found the perfect administrator for his darkest vision.
In 1929, Hitler appointed Himmler to lead the Schutzstaffel, SS, then just a small paramilitary guard unit. Under Himmler's command, the SS evolved into a vast empire of terror, loyalty, and brutality, answerable only to Hitler himself. After Hitler seized power in 1933, Himmler moved swiftly to consolidate control over the police forces, combining them under the SS. He oversaw the establishment of the first concentration camps, places originally designed to imprison political opponents, but soon to become centers of torture, forced labor, and death. Himmler's genius was not in battlefield strategy, but in bureaucratic cruelty. He built an efficient, systematic machine for repression, where millions of people, Jews, Roma, political dissidents, homosexuals, and others deemed undesirable, were imprisoned, exploited, and murdered. He dreamed of reshaping Europe according to Nazi racial ideology, and he approached genocide not with rage, but with clinical precision.
By the start of World War II, Himmler's power had expanded enormously. He created the Waffen-SS, a military wing of the SS that fought alongside the German army, but his most horrifying role was yet to come. In 1941, Hitler entrusted Himmler and the SS with carrying out the final solution, the plan to exterminate the Jewish people of Europe. Himmler organized the creation of death camps like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor. Trains loaded with men, women, and children arrived daily, their passengers herded into gas chambers disguised as showers. Those who were not immediately killed were subjected to inhuman forced labor, medical experiments, and systematic starvation. Himmler visited these sites personally, coldly observing the machinery of death he had orchestrated. In speeches to SS officers, he described the mass murder of Jews as a page of glory in our history that has never been written and never shall be. Through it all, Himmler saw himself not as a monster, but as a guardian of German purity. In reality, he was the chief engineer of the Holocaust, responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and millions of other innocent victims.
By 1944, as Germany's defeat became inevitable, Himmler sought to secure his own survival. Behind Hitler's back, he attempted to negotiate a separate peace with the Allies, hoping to save himself by offering to surrender parts of Germany. When Hitler learned of Himmler's betrayal in April 1945, he was enraged. Himmler was stripped of all his titles and expelled from the Nazi Party. The man once destined to inherit Germany after Hitler was now a hunted fugitive. Disguised and carrying false papers, Himmler attempted to flee, but he was captured by British forces near Bremen in May 1945. Despite using a false name, his identity was soon uncovered.
On May 23, 1945, while in British custody, Heinrich Himmler bit into a hidden cyanide capsule concealed in his mouth. Within minutes, he was dead. Just like that, the man responsible for orchestrating the deaths of millions escaped justice at Nuremberg. He was hastily buried in an unmarked grave, his body dumped without ceremony, a fitting end for a man who had shown no mercy to others. And score.
Heinrich Himmler was the face of bureaucratic evil, a man who turned mass murder into a system, who organized genocide with a pen and a ledger. He was not a chaotic force like Hitler, nor a corrupt opportunist like Göring. He was a cold, methodical executioner of ideology. His crimes left a stain on humanity that can never be erased. The camps, the mass graves, the broken lives, they are his true legacy. Today, the name Himmler stands as a warning that the greatest evils are often committed not by madmen alone, but by those who quietly, methodically, and ruthlessly follow orders without conscience.
Heinrich Himmler rose from obscurity to become one of history's greatest criminals. His story is not just about a man. It is about the terrifying power of dehumanization, ideology, and blind obedience. And though he died before facing trial, his crimes are remembered, studied, and condemned by every generation that follows. The world must never forget the evil that one man, with a plan and a pen, was able to unleash.